Welcome. So recently I got myself the Surface Duo 2. This for me is easily one of the most amazing phones out there, if you call it a phone, because it is actually more than a phone, but it makes phone calls, so it's a phone. I think it's absolutely amazing. I've used it for some weeks now. I am tremendously in love with this. But this video is titled 5 reasons why you should not buy the Surface Duo 2. So if you're looking for some reasons not to buy it, this is the video for you. I actually struggled to come out with these 5 reasons, simply because, as you can tell, I really love this phone. I've used it for a while now and I'm just loving it every day. It's amazing. But there are 5 reasons why you should not buy them. Number 1 is the cost. This phone, this is the 256 gig storage version, and this costs $1,600. If you add taxes and shipping and other things, you'd easily run to $1,700, $1,800 for this. For the 512 gig, you get it just about $2,000 USD if you add all the costs and everything, because it's $1,800. Now, to use this phone effectively, you need a pen and a pen cover. I bought myself a pen cover, which I have not unboxed yet. I'll put it later on. So if you buy the pen cover, which is what, 65 USD, the pen is about 130 USD. Altogether, you'll be around $2,000 for this phone. So the cost is the main reason why you should not get it. If you cannot afford it, then you should not get it. However, this is not an expensive phone for its value. For me, it is worth every bit the cost. It's basically 2 screens in one, and they run apps independently. 2 90 Hz refresh screen, very good OLED panels, and like I said, they run apps independently. So you're basically having 2 phones in one. Plus the fact that it's all covered in glass, Gorilla Glass Victus. So if you put the cost of material and just the cost of making this one, just the value you get when you handle this, you know that it is worth every bit the cost. And it used to be very buggy, but nowadays it is, I mean, there's barely any bugs left on this. It is a very good phone, and for me it's the best to have. So I don't think it is expensive for its value. I just think that it's expensive. I mean, if you're spending $2,000 for a phone, you better really want that phone. This is a productivity machine. It's for people who want to do 2 things at the same time. If that's not you, if you don't need to have 2 screens, and you don't need to read your email and take a note there, you don't need to do all the duplicate things that you can do with 2 screens, then you really should just get a simple slab phone for 500 USD or something like that. And you get very good phones at that price range, between $500 and $800. You get very good phones. So if you're going to be spending $2,000 for a phone, you better be able to afford it, and you better need it. So the first reason you shouldn't get it is because of the price. It is expensive for the price, but it is not expensive for the value. The second thing is because there's a chance you may not get all the software updates as at when due. For example, this phone is still running Android 11. This is January 2022. Samsung and other companies are beginning to upgrade their phones to 12. I don't expect to get Android 12 on this for the next few months, I think. And going by the previous version, the Surface Duo OG, if you go by the track record of that, there's a chance that you may always be a little bit behind on the software update. It gets regular update for security patches and all that, but it's not running the latest version of Android. Now it could come later on, but just to be aware. So if you like to have the latest Android, then maybe this is not the phone to get, because like I said, Microsoft does not have the track record for us to hold them accountable that they will deliver on software updates when they are out. They promised that this will get 3 versions of Android. So this came in Android 11, so that's 12, 13, and 14. So hopefully they keep to their word, but whether we get it at the right time is a different ballgame. So software update may not be maybe one of the reasons why you shouldn't get the Surface Duo 2. Another reason you shouldn't get it is not all apps support dual screen. Now, dual screen phones are kind of a niche phone. Most phones are just a single slab phone, just this part. So if you do this is how your phones look like. Most phones, just one screen like this. So effectively, what you have in this one is 2 screens, and if apps are optimized for it, when you span an app into 2 screens, it means that you can do one thing on the app on one screen and something else on the other. For example, the camera on this is optimized for 2 screens. So I can take a picture and I can see the picture on one screen that I'm taking, and I can see the picture I just took on the other screen. So I can know if that picture is good enough or I need to retake it again. So immediately you take a picture, you can see the picture on one screen and your camera view on the second screen. Another one is your Outlook, your mail. So if you span it on both screens like I normally do, you will see your mail, the list of your mails on one screen, and if you click on one of them, it will open on the other screen, so it doesn't open to cover. So there's so much optimization, but not all apps are optimized for that. So there are many apps that when you span, it just expands it, like the normal problem of Android tablets, where you just make it bigger instead of taking advantage of the real estate of the screen that you have. So not all apps are optimized, and not all apps will be optimized, because like I say, it's a kind of a niche phone. It suffers with some of the problems with the Android tablet, but also peculiar problem of 2 screens. If you buy a Galaxy Z Fold, for example, you will have one big screen. So you can span your app and it's still one big screen. This is 2 screens, and you need to optimize the apps for 2 screens, and not all apps are optimized for that. So if you're looking for a reason not to buy, that's one reason. Google promised that they're coming up with Android 12L, and that should come on this phone later, which is supposed to be a version of Android that is optimized for large screens and for dual screens. We will see how that works. I'm not very optimistic, because at the end of the day, the app developers need to optimize their apps for 2 screens, and that may not happen a lot. So that's another reason not to buy the Surface Duo or the Duo 2. The fourth reason is, like I mentioned before, bugs. There used to be a lot of software bugs on this. Sometimes you want to do something and it will just hang and not do what you want to do. That's because you are processing on 2 screens. It's a bit of work for the software to figure out what's going on, you know, with your screen. Since I've got this for about 2 weeks now or more, I've observed very little bugs. So that's not as common as it used to be, but there is still some bugs every now and then, not much. So I'm nitpicking, as you can see, trying to find reasons not to for you not to buy the phone. But if you want to be very, very thorough, you find some bugs every now and then on the phone. You want to open an app and then the app doesn't open exactly as you want to. But like I said, I've not observed that a lot since I've got it, but some people still have 1 or 2. So that's one reason not to buy it. My 5th reason not to buy the Surface Duo 2 will be the fact that it is a high-end phone in 2022 and it doesn't have wireless charging. Now, for me, that is not a problem. I tell you why. Because just look at this phone. I said this in my unboxing video. See how slim it is. It is the thinnest 5G phone in the world. It is extremely thin. To add wireless charging on this phone, you have to put some bulk. And for me, I trade that any day, anytime. I'd rather have this slim beauty of a phone and put it on USB any day than to have the bulk of wireless charging. Now, I'm suspecting, because you know this phone didn't have this camera bump in the previous version, and all the YouTubers were on Microsoft case. Why doesn't it have a good camera? And now Microsoft put a big bump here, because you can't have a good camera in this thin chassis. It has to be thick. That is just the physics of it. So now we have a bump here. I'm worried, because everybody is shouting at Microsoft wireless charging, and maybe in the next version they may put wireless, and then it becomes very big. I hope Microsoft will not listen to that, because for me this is a beauty. I don't mind not having wireless charging. It's just beautiful. Some people also talk as a bonus that it doesn't have an external screen. Personally, I didn't include that in my 5 reasons not to buy it, because I think if you put an external screen on this, you defeat what it is for. The idea to open it, do some work, check your email, take some notes on it, work, and just close it when you are done, and not be on your phone, not seeing screen 24/7. Just close it. I think that is a positive. So I'm not including it as one of the reasons not to buy it. I know some people are on Microsoft case. They need to be on a screen somewhere in front so you can see your notifications and all that. I think you lose the purpose of an exceptional phone like this. This should always be without any major screen outside. Just close it when you are done. We don't live for the phone. When you are done, just close it. That is one of my best feelings every time I'm with this phone. I have to be intentional to use my phone, and when I'm done, I'm done. So that's 5 reasons for me that if you want to pick why you shouldn't buy the Surface Duo 2, you can buy it. But like I said, the Surface Duo 2 for me is the most amazing mobile device currently in the market. There's nothing like this. Nothing like this. It's not a single screen like the Galaxy Z Fold. This is 2 screens. This is productivity at its peak, and it's just an exceptional beauty. It works very well. Now it's got a very good camera. It's an exceptional phone to have. The more I use it every day, the more I'm in love with it, the more I'm amazed at what I can do with it, how I can span things and work on things and just close it when I'm done. So for me, it's a really, really good phone. I will buy it over and over again. But if you need reasons why you should not buy it, those are the 5 reasons. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Like the video if you think it's good. Give it a thumbs down if you think it's bad. Subscribe to the channel, and do have yourself a wonderful day. See you in the next one. Thank you.